Welcome to the Self-Care for the Creative podcast, where we talk about self-care strategies for creatives, empaths, and highly sensitive people. I'm your host, Stefani Fryzel, aka Dylan. I'm an artist, a songwriter, and an author. And today's episode is a shorty, just a short little episode on some self-care strategies. I'm so glad you're here. 'Cause I know I'm right. Today, we're going to just keep it basic just to start, and then we're going to get crazy, okay? I wrote a book called Self-Care for the Creative, a survival guide for creatives, empaths, and highly sensitive people. And I've been in the music industry for almost 2 decades, so I know a thing or two about living an artistic lifestyle while trying to be your own boss and having to figure everything out yourself. And so if you are living in a creative community, this book has something for you. I put together all my favorite self-care strategies and put them all in one place. There's definitely a wide scope of things in this book, but today we are going to just talk about the basics, okay? But I'm going to start with a story because this is what made me realize how I wasn't taking care of myself and I was trying to be a little more complex than I needed to be honest. And sometimes we complicate our self-care a little bit. And there's a chapter in my book where I basically say, sometimes self-care is a basic bitch. It's true. A few years back, I was sitting in my therapist's office asking her for some self-care tips, and I was prepared for her to totally psychoanalyze me and pull out the big manual for facing unhealed childhood trauma and all the bigger beasts of my emotional closet, only to have her tell me to just go home and monitor the basics: sleep, diet, hydration, and exercise. Those are the 4 basics: sleep, diet, hydration, and exercise. At the time, I was like, seriously? But I'm ready to face my demons. I'm ready for some transformational healing. And nope, she sent me home to monitor the basics. And I was originally disappointed with how basic that sounded, but I quickly realized how miserably failing I was at all 4 of those categories. I wasn't drinking water. My exercise was all over the place. My diet was garbage. And my sleep was kind of bordering like insomnia. I was having issues falling asleep. And, meanwhile, I was trying to get up and go to work and write songs and, whatever it is that I was doing that day. And I realized that my basics were trash. And as soon as she sent me home to just start monitoring those basics, I realized, okay, I can't tackle anything bigger than this right now, because these are the 4 things that matter the most for my optimal function, my optimal decisions at work, my mood, all of it. Sleep, diet, hydration, and exercise directly impact everything. So this is why I say sometimes self-care is a basic bitch, and we don't have to overcomplicate it. And sometimes we have to check ourselves a little bit and be like, all right, how am I sleeping? What am I eating? Am I getting enough exercise? And then see how that affects you at your job or in your relationships, or you'll see a direct correlation between how it impacts you in all other aspects of your life. But yeah, studies have shown that when you're sleep deprived, you're more likely to be angry, frustrated, irritable, and being dehydrated causes cognitive problems, decreases your brain's ability to function. And in the same way, a poor diet and lack of exercise can lead to fatigue, anxiety, depression, and a whole WebMD list of very serious health risks. So that's why the basics matter: sleep, diet, exercise, and hydration. They are all proven to directly impact your mood, mindset, and performance, creative output, decision-making, and the ability to process your thoughts and emotions. This is pretty big. This is a big deal. Before we get deeper into this podcast, my little homework for you is to monitor your basics. I'm going to do exactly what my therapist did to me and send you home to monitor the basics and just have a little check-in, have a little check-in and maybe give each category a rating. Where are you at? Rating from 1 to 10. How good is your sleep? How good is your diet? How good, give it a rating. And then maybe then list one action that could up the rating one number. So before you try to go from 0 to 10, it's always nice to just pick an action that goes from a 3 to a 4. Okay. So if let's say your physical fitness is not so great right now and you're at a 3, what would make it a 4? It could be a yoga class. It could be stretching more. It could be whatever it is. You get the idea. So that's my tea and that's my homework for you. And keep it basic to start. And then you can add more complicated things. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye. 'Cause I know I'm Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. For more self-care strategies, check out my book, Self-Care for the Creative. And if you're an up-and-coming artist, songwriter, or music producer, come join us at the Songwriter Series. It's an online platform that offers one-to-one music mentorship from hit songwriters. I also curate a quarterly music industry panel to help people break into the music industry and get in the mix. For more info on all my events, visit stefanifryzel.com or just email me at info@stefanifryzel.com. If you're loving the podcast, please share, subscribe, share it with a friend, leave us a review. Your support is super appreciated. And don't forget, self-care is always within reach, and your greatest masterpiece will always be you. 'Cause I know I'm ready.